Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hi, my name's Moira McDonald. You probably know that. If this doesn't go according to plan though, I'd like you to think of me as someone else, please. Alright, I put up a couple of videos yesterday, a couple of journals I'd made, and I'd said that what I plan to do. Wait a minute, see before I go any further. Lisa, if you're watching, it's there that my hand's giving me bother. Just round here, and it actually feels a wee bit lumpy there. So I don't know. Well, it's uncomfortable anyway, and I can't put enough lot of force on it, but not to worry. It's clearly just something like arthritis or something. Anyway, right, what I did yesterday was I'd actually planned on making a video in relation to International Scrapbooking Day. However, it took me so long to do the videos that I was doing as regards the journals that I made that I didn't have time to actually do anything. So, excuse me, today I shall try and make up for that by making a shaker tag. Now, I've never made a shaker tag, so this is a first experience for not only yourself but for me too. And it should don't get me wrong, right, I anticipate having a bit of hassle and a bit of grief here trying to organise this, because from experience things never go quite as smoothly as they should with me. So what I have done in preparation, wait a minute, I've got lots of little bits of fluff off my cutting plates here. What I've done in the interim is I have cut out all of the components that I think I'm going to need. Of course, it's only too possible that I'll need something else that I haven't taken into account, but we'll deal with that as we go along, hopefully. So what we've done is I have cut a rectangular, using dies so that everything's the right size, or as near the right size as I can make it. Using a die, I have cut a rectangle of card that will form the back of my shaker tag. I have cut, using the same rectangle die, a piece of acetate that I'd happened to print the other day for tags in that last journal. So I've just held on to that, the bits I haven't used, with a view to just kind of making use of them here. So that will form the front, if you like, of the shaker tag, and it's a wee map of bits of Europe, because Britain's there, and Scotland! Scotland! France, Spain, Portugal, Ireland, England, but mostly Scotland up the top there. And that's where I come from, if you haven't worked that one out. Right, so we've got a front and we've got a back. What we need is something to hold the front up from the back to enable us to hold in our shaker element. Our shaker element is going to be some sequins, by the way. We'll worry about them in a minute. What I've done is I've used fun foam, funky foam, whatever you want to call it. It's basically sold as a children's product, if you like. I'm not sure what kids are meant to do with funky foam or fun foam, but I know Jennifer Maguire, if you watch any of her videos, Jennifer Maguire does a lot of card crafting, and she's very, very famous and very, very good. She does a lot of card crafting, and she uses fun foam or funky foam or whatever you want to call it. I think it might be called fun foam in America, and it's funky foam here or something. I don't know what it's. I actually threw out the label, so I don't know for sure what we call it, but it's something daft anyway, because it is, as I say, intended as a children's product, but it's very, very useful for using for things like a shaker tag, or if you've got the likes of when you're making a card and you've got a raised up element, it's instead of using 10 million wee sticky pads, depending on the size of your raised up element, it's quite useful for that. So what I've done is I've cut two exactly the same, well, in theory they're the same, so that we can use them to hold that up. So what should be happening, there's always wee bits of fluff everywhere in my desk. What should be happening is that should go there, and that should sit on top of it like that, and my wee sequins will go under my map and be able to shake. I'm also going to, once everything else is done, add a wee picture of a wee lassie, and a die cut wee, well it's no die cut, it's a wee punch, a wee butterfly, and I'll stick that on somewhere. Now, to give it a frame, what I also did was I used a bit of scrapbooking paper that I had, a K & Company scrapbooking paper, and we'll put that over the top just to kind of finish it off a wee bit. It might not be completely accurate in terms of the cutting, so you might see a wee bit of the funky foam underneath, but if we do, what we'll try and do is we'll stick our wee lassie on and more butterfly in such a way as to detract from that. So that's the theory of how it's going to work. So let's see if we get it up and running. So the first thing we want to do is we shall take our back and we shall stick these to it. Now I'll use a liquid glue for this, I think. I've got this tacky glue, and when I bought these, I was getting a bit sick of buying glue, right? I know I've got a cheek because this the main thing that we all buy. But what I'd actually done was I bought two when I bought this, thinking, you know, if I get two, that'll save me, you know, when it runs out, instead of having to rush and try and think of where I can buy my next type of glue, I'll buy two the now. But when I got this, and I opened this one first, I thought there's no point in opening the other one, just, you know, use one at a time. There's no point in starting one and not using the other. Obviously they have a shelf life when you open all glues. So anyway, I opened it, and it was exceptionally thick. Now, I don't think in any way, I've used Anita's tacky glue before, way back. I didn't have any grief with it at all, but this was very, very thick. So I don't know who it was, whoever it was I bought it from. It was somebody on eBay I bought it from. No, it was a craft shop on eBay, by the way. It wasn't just, hey, I'll pick Joe Soap and buy some glue from him. I bought it from a shop, that, well, as far as I know, it was a shop on eBay. It's anybody's guess how long they'd had this, which could explain why it was a bit worse for wear. So, you know, as you would, because it's me and I'm dead tight financially, I managed to get it open and water it down a wee bit. The water all sat on top of the glue, shook it, and the water all came flying out. So then we had to wipe everything down again and start again. So then used a big stick to stir it, and touch wood, it seems to be functioning reasonably okay. So we'll work on the principle that it's okay just now. Okay. I've got a tube of, what do you call it, on the go now as well, Fabri-Tac, and every time I buy Fabri-Tac, I vow I'm not going to get it again. It's not that I don't really like it. I mean, it's good and it's useful. It's just I do get really sick of how thick and gloopy it can come towards the end of its life, or towards the end of its tube, should I say. And it's a real nuisance, because you end up with it, you know, really struggling to get it out. Then it develops a life of its own for some reason and starts to, you know, just make its own way out of the tube, and it's an absolute nightmare. It really is, complete and utter nightmare. And every time I buy it, I say to myself, no, do you know, I'm not buying that again. I've had enough of this. And I think, no, I'm not going to get it. And then I go and buy another tube. I have watered it down, and by saying watered it down, I haven't watered it down. I think it tells you on it, you can use nail varnish remover or something. Well, a small amount of acetone, which is basically nail varnish remover. So I have used that, and again, in common with this Anita's, the lesson that I learned was you really ideally need to stir it, because if you just pour it in, it will sit on the top and it won't mix with the rest of the glue. So, oh gosh, I've got this everywhere. I've overdone that glue in the bottom bit. Oh, what am I like? But you know what, that's not the end of the world. We can fix that. We can get a wee cloth and wipe that. Speaking of getting a wee cloth and wiping that, that's another thing that really annoys me. See this Tim Holtz glass mat? If you are in the market to buy a glass mat, or to buy a mat on which to craft, I would not necessarily recommend this Tim Holtz one. They're not cheap. I think, I can't remember how much it cost, but it was like £40 or something like that. But more than normally I would like to pay for something that is effectively a tool as opposed to, I mean, don't get me wrong, say if I was getting £40 worth of really fancy scrapbooking paper, I'd be absolutely over the moon. But £40 worth of matte doesn't really stimulate me much. I'll wipe that properly in a wee while. But what I was going to say is, the thing that really annoys me about this Tim Holtz matte is you do see every mark in it. And I have to laugh, Jennifer Maguire, that I've just sang the praises of, she did a review of it and she said it was wonderful. Yeah, thanks. And for some folk it probably is, but the problem is I'm one of these folk that when I come along, on the odd occasion when I do manage to clear my desk, I like it to be pristine, and this mat is a nightmare. Because it's glass, if you've ever had a glass table in your house, it's pretty much the same. You know, you see every mark, you see every fingerprint. If you try to wipe it, you need to then dry it down, because if you don't, it leaves all sorts of marks on it. The other problem you have with it is if you're going to, that's Daisy, if you're going to do any filming, all you can see is reflections of it. It's a generally speaking, it's just a real nuisance. Hold on, I'm going to have to go and distract Daisy Dogdo from whatever it is she's barking at. Wait a minute. No, it's went quiet, so with any luck, she might be okay. Right, no, she's not. Right, well, we'll play that by ear. Now, having done this isn't dry. I might need to wait. I might need to interrupt my videoing to let this dry. Because in an ideal world we want to dry that flat before we do the next bit. What I was going to do with adding the acetate is, rather than using a wet glue, because again with acetate, with it being a kind of plasticky film, you add the glue and it just goes zip across your table. So what I was going to do with the acetate was perhaps use double-sided tape, because it's the best method by which to stick stuff down. So wait a minute, we'll see, we might get away with this. Where's my scissors? Oh, there we go. Oh, speaking of scissors, that's another thing, right? Here's another gripekins. I know that long ago, and I should have known better. I just don't learn sometimes. It astounds me. I used to be really quite bright, but I seem to do an awful lot of irrational purchases these days. I had bought, way back, in fact I think it was my present from my son, for my either Mother's Day or my birthday or something one year. I got a tonic guillotine, and I was never entirely happy with it. I didn't think it was very good at cutting, and I always just assumed that I had in some fashion made it go blunt by, you know, using it so much. So I got another one. No, Moira, that was not the right move to make. I got another one, and when I bought this other one, it was slightly different. It was still tonic, but slightly different. And by slightly different, what I mean was, the one I had, you used to have to bring an arm out the left if you were measuring any more than like 5 inches. But this one is 12 inches. So it's a major league guillotine. Takes up a lot of, as the Americans would say, a real estate on my desk. So that in itself, I've not been overly happy with. But you know, you'd think if it was doing a good cut, then you would accept it, but it's not doing a good cut. It's doing a pretty rank cut, to be fair. So I've not been too happy with that. Right, hold on, I'm going to blow all the wee bits of fluff off. Because I used a die cutter to do this, you always get tiny fabric parts, if you like, from anything you've cut. So the fun foam will have tiny little slivers of the foam. There'll be tiny slivers of the card that I'm using to back it. There'll be tiny slivers from the even the acetate, and then the other wee bit of scrapbooking paper. So it gets to be quite a nuisance. You need to watch what you're doing with this and just try to keep it as clean as you can. Right, here's my sequins, and they're kind of pastel. They're quite nice. I think they're from Pretty Pink Posh. I think it might have been one of the few occasions in which I bought expensive sequins. I do have some other sequins, but they're like British ones, Paper Mania or whatever. So we don't need to overdo the amount we use here, I don't think. I don't know, because I've never done this before. I think I should do it. That's enough. And besides, I've already dropped one on the floor. Right, so that's my sequins. Oh, there's the sequins stuck to me. They're very bad for static, aren't they? Sequins. Oh, come on. Yeah. No, it's not going to leave my finger. No, got it. Right, so there's all my sequins in their little receptacle. What I need to do now is get this double-sided tape off in some fashion, and in such a way that I can use it. Right, so I need to cut my nails the other day, so I've not really got any nails for doing this. And I know I could use tweezers, but that never works. Well, never works when I do it. Right, there we go. Just want to do a wee bit up the top there, and a wee bit down the bottom here. Where's my bone folder? I'm just doing this to try and make sure that double-sided tape really is stuck down. I'm actually managing to squeeze out glue as well. That's great. It's not really what I was planning on doing. Right. Come on. This is why I don't like doing craft with me videos. It's just, my videos generally involve me concentrating to such an extent that I forget to speak. Oh, come on! You're just annoying me now. No, that's not going to come up. Not only is it not coming up, but that's loosening there. Right, so wait a minute. There's a sequin stuck to me. Try that. Well, there you go. That end's worked. Right, so that's the end we'll use there. Need to get this wee bit up a wee bit. No, got it. There we go. Right, so far so good, I think. Right, where's my wee thingy? My wee map of Britain. And we're going to stick it down, and it should. I'm really hoping this sticks okay. Don't see why it shouldn't. Oh. That wasn't meant to happen. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get my fingers in here. Do you know, I don't see other folks' videos going pear-shaped like mine. Right, do you know what, I'm not going to bother with that, I'm just going to leave it and hope I get away with it. Pull off that bit there. Right, I need something. What we'll use is my thingy plate. This is the plate from my big shot. And I'm just using it to hold that down, flatten it out the now, and in theory that should do the trick. There's my wee men flying about in there, apart from the ones that are going to get stuck to the side because there's wee bits of glue. Shake, 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 da 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 da, shake, shake, shake. Shake your sequins, shake your sequins. There's some that are stuck. But that's okay, because this is my first go at this. I've got a cheek, haven't I? Right, so I want to lay that on top. I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to use wet glue to... Timmy! I'm going to use wet glue to do this. But I'm going to go easy on the amount of glue I'm using because I don't want it spewing everywhere. All I want it to do is basically hold it down. That should be enough. I've got to laugh at Timmy's wee growls. As if I'm going to get you. I see you are. Somebody looks at him twice and he runs the opposite direction. Right, there you go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this wee butterfly up here because you can see a wee tiny bit of the white fun foam underneath. I just cut this from a bit Tim Holtz scrapbooking paper that I had on my desk. Don't want to overdo the amount of glue on this either, but I do want it to stick. You'll probably find it'll stick a lot better to the scrapbooking paper than the acetate. Right, and I was going to stick this wee girl down the bottom, although she's covered in France. I could stick her there and she could cover Spain. Or do we want her covered in France? I don't suppose it really matters who she covers. We'll give her a wee bit of, in fact, I don't know, do we want to cover her? Aye, we do. We'll get the old traditional vintage photo. And this particular, this wee girl picture has come from that one of the scrapbooking pages that I've got from Pion or Pion Designs, the Swedish company. I've got a few of them left, so it's just a question of working through and using them. Don't want to overdo the amount of glue in the back of her. Take it off from my hand, smooth it out a bit. I'll stick it down the bottom. Get that one out. Just to hold her down. That sounds bad. Right, wait a minute, that's something I've forgotten. Hopefully the angle of the camera is okay. I was going to put a wee kind of bling stone, or well, I use the phrase bling stone very loosely. It's a wee kind of half pearl. Is it flatback pearl you call them? I was going to stick one to the wee butterfly, if I could find a wee one that's a good size for it. I think that's quite a good size. Oops, they're a wee tiny. Oh, help! Oh! These are all static as well. It's a blooming nuisance, so it is. They end up everywhere, these kind of things. Right, so I'm going to stick this on that wee butterfly guy there. Just a wee little bit of glue in the middle. What I'll do is add on the glue. Do you know, I don't think there's nearly enough singing in folks' videos. Right, that's me. Shika tag, shika shika shika. I don't want to shake too much just now because, hold on, in fact I'm going to stand up so I can make sure I've got this in shot. Oh, right. So, here's what we have. Whoops. Bear with me while I kick the tripod. There's where we shaker tag. Sorry, the sun's hitting it. Can you see them moving? I would not, despite the fact that you could actually write on the back of it, I don't think I would necessarily recommend it because I don't think it would, unless you were using a felt pen and there was no chance whatsoever of it digging into what we've done here. But there you go, that's my, what do you call it, scrap your heart out video of a shaker tag. The same principle obviously works if you were making a card or something like that and you wanted to you know, make a shaker component on your card. It's the first time I've ever done it, so it can't be, I mean, don't get me wrong, I probably could refine this process because you generally speaking can refine any process you tackle for the first time on camera. But there you go, that's it. I think that's alright, I quite like that. I'm a star, says Emma. Quite impressed with myself. Right, because it didn't, I mean, I know it didn't go great because everything was static and stick to me, but in the main that's not too bad. Right, I'm going to lay that on top of that just now. There you go. I'm laying that on top of that just to make sure that that's flattened, that wee picture, you know, because the glue takes forever to dry because I watered it all down. Right, but there you go. Anyway, so thanks very much. If you've enjoyed what you've seen today, my name is Moira McDonald. If you haven't enjoyed it, my name's something else. Just anybody else you can think of, not Moira McDonald, because Moira McDonald only makes good videos. Anyway, if you haven't already subscribed and you feel so predisposed to do so, I'm only too happy to have you come as a regular to my wee channel, because I'm okay really. Not the most popular person in the world, don't know what I've done wrong. Oh no, I do, it's when I left Facebook, it was the kiss of death. I might as well have adopted leprosy because nobody ever speaks to me anymore. Anyway, not to worry, I'll cope. Right, so as I've said, if you like what you see, please do the old thumbs up and the subscribe bit, and I will try to see you again in the not too distant future, and I'll try and do it a bit more regularly than I have been. Although don't hold your breath on me coming back this week because I've got a feeling there's going to be a busy week. Oh well, we'll play it by ear. Anyway, thanks very much for your time, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye! Bye, says Moira. Bye bye, says Moira. Bye! Ooh.